Bleed Big Blue Nation. Good afternoon, Bleed Big Blue Nation. Good afternoon, Bleed Big Blue Nation. Good evening, Bleed Big Blue Nation. This is Jimmy D. Good Sunday morning. Good afternoon, Bleed Big Blue Nation. Good afternoon, Bleed Big Blue Nation. Happy Friday. Good evening, Bleed Big Blue Nation. Good afternoon, Bleed Big Blue fans. Good afternoon, Bleed Big Blue Nation. Good evening, Bleed Big Blue Nation. This is coming to you live on Franchise Monday. Coming to you on Thursday night. Coming to you live for my 2-minute rant on a Monday morning. Let me tell you something. Coming to you live on a Friday afternoon. Coming to you on a Wednesday afternoon. Joe, coming to you on a Tuesday afternoon. Coming to you on a Thursday afternoon. Coming to you on a fabulous Friday afternoon. Coming to you live on a Monday afternoon. Coming to you on a Wednesday afternoon.
2-minute warning.
Yeah.
That's a lot of sound.
There's a lot of sound.
Where is the branch manager this evening?
Managing branches.
He went to the Sizzler.
Yep. You know, he got the promotion now. He's big time. And now, we'll see him when we see him. But, you know what, guys? I know you two have been fired up all week. And I was trying to egg shit on you. I was trying to egg shit on yesterday. And like I was talking about on our chat, I really wish people could see the conversations we all have outside of the show. I argue with Jimmy more off the show than I do on the show.
That's actually true.
It's actually accurate information for those that are curious. It's not a shtick.
No, it is not. All right, let me get the stream up going.
Part of the time, it's usually just to egg it on. But he does fire me up too. This trade Eli stuff, I definitely want to get into in the show.
All right, let me get the real intro going up. Hold on, and we'll do that. We'll do it the correct way.
Welcome to the Bleed Big Blue podcast, dedicated coverage of the New York Football Giants by your hosts, Marco, Trifecta, T. Merritt, and JBW.
What's going on, everyone? It is October 26th. It is a Thursday. I have Tim on the line. I have Justin on the line. The phone lines are open at 516-453-9383. And fellas, what is the New York Football Giants record right now? I haven't looked.
1-6.
Oh. Is that good?
Yeah. We're officially 7 games out of the division as of today.
No, but we're a stable franchise. This should be no problem, right?
And somehow Jerry Reese wants everybody to drink the Kool-Aid that we're going to make a magical second-half run. And just for that, like, that press conference alone, like, just his general demeanor and some of the things he was trying to say, like, he should be fired. Forget the record. If you, like, I understand, like, you have to take, like, leaders take the blame and, like, you have to, like, put on a strong face. But to say we're going to make a run and that we have a shot at the playoffs, like, your credibility is out the window, even more than it already was. Get out of my, like, I have no use for you. Get rid of them both.
Justin, you know what? The funny thing is, and as much as I back Gary Reese, especially these past few weeks, I felt like I'm on an island by myself. Well, I got off that island. That press conference pissed me off. And Jerry Reese, you need to go. Now, it wasn't, as far as him saying we'll make a run, what's he supposed to say, honestly? No, we're not. You know what? We're shitty. I mean, he's still got to try to sell it to the season ticket holders. And he's literally fighting for his job. So it's not going to be like, you know what? My bad. You know what? I'll get it next time. But the thing that bothered me when he started saying the offensive line is comparable to the rest of the league, to a lot of the lines in the rest of the league. I'm like, what are you talking about? And the fact being, you know what, the offensive lines that are comparable, they didn't have a immobile quarterback behind them like Eli. You know what Eli is. Everybody knows he can't run.
Quick feet.
So, you're going to not do anything, and you're going to know that. It just bothered me. He'd just been like, you know what, I overestimated Ben McAdoo actually be able to, Ben McAdoo or whoever the hell the line coach is, to actually be able to coach these guys up. Mike Solari, the offensive line coach, he's going to be fired at the end of the season because obviously he didn't do anything as far as improving these guys.
They should all be fired at the end of the season. Everyone.
Yep.
Everyone.
I'm with you.
It's an embarrassment. This whole thing, from the press conference to this whole thing with me starts back with Carolina at the Giants. It has just been, since then, it's just been a joke. It's been a joke. And the franchise has been ran like a joke, and we all fell for it hook, line, and sinker in the offseason with the little moves that they made. I fell for it. You fell for it. We thought this roster was a Super Bowl roster. Let me tell you something. Since 2011, since that Super Bowl team, and I got news for you, even that Super Bowl team had holes in it. Last in the league in rushing during the regular season that year, gentlemen. They got hot at the right time, which is great. You get in the dance. Nobody's taking it away from them. You got to win those 3 games. They won them. They're Super Bowl champions. That's it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But since then, everything has gone horribly wrong. And here's the thing right now, okay? There are 2 ways to look at this, and this is very plain and simple, okay? Either you think that this roster is a couple of pieces away and that they need to plug a couple of holes and they're going to go on their merry way to the 5th Super Bowl, okay? Or, and just so everybody who thinks that, right, that this team is still a couple of pieces away, all right, be prepared for Reese and McAdoo to come back, because you don't take a team that's a couple of pieces away with salary cap problems, with no movement on the roster that you can do at all, pretty much. You're stuck except for your draft. You don't hand that to a GM and say, here's a 2-year window, good luck. Here's a 2-year window, good luck. You've already done that by handing the job over to McAdoo 2 seasons ago. The flip side of the coin is completely different. It's, we overestimated the roster big time. There's holes all over the roster depth-wise because of the misses in the draft over the last 5 years. And the Roosters have come home to crow, gentlemen. Everything has added up. It is time to clean house, because the roster, I'm bringing my broom, because it's a mess. Awful. Awful.
Well, I'm in that first group. I just want to put that out there. I think we can plug up some holes and we could win.
I think that the people who think that are on complete crack. I do. I'm sorry, Giants fans. I think you are smoking the big blue pipe. Okay. By the way, Celtics up 9 in Milwaukee. But so it's just.
I'm watching and I just saw him make that 3, and I was like, Jimmy's gonna say.
Yeah, it's all right. Little nod, little hot take right there. Giannis is amazing, by the way.
Yeah. Why are they playing on such an old court though?
That's awful. Isn't the court awful? It's disgusting.
Oh my God.
So, but the roster is just, guys, there's no depth anywhere. There's no options. There's no one to turn to. To think that you're going to be able, with the way the salary cap is going to look next year, even with the little pieces, who are you bringing in? What are you doing? And here's the crutch of it all. And this comes down to the whole Eli sentimental streak. Whose side are you on? Are you with Eli, or are you moving towards the future, right? Because if you look at this thing and you take a step back and you don't look at it from just a snapshot of, oh my God, this is Eli Manning. Oh my God, this is Eli Manning. If you're making decisions based off sentimental things like a streak, and you're making decisions based off someone's resume, you have a problem. And the problem lies right here. We are going to end up with a top 5 pick. Okay? If you choose to go status quo, you're now handing that top 5 pick over to Jerry Reese. God help us all. Okay? If you decide, no matter who the GM is, okay, at a top 5 pick, top 3 pick, if there's a quarterback sitting there, okay, considering Eli's age, at a top 5 pick, if the guy is right, you have to consider taking the quarterback. My problem with that is we just spent a 3rd-round pick on a kid, and we have no clue what he is.
That would be catastrophic. Listen,
it is a cluster, and I'm trying not to curse. It is a cluster of a situation, gentlemen. And what they need is a leader. I'd like to see Mara run the team. Someone make a goddamn. I mean, what's going on?
Well, here's the thing.
Mess.
And this is 100% real. All right, this is the situation that we're in. Okay, Jerry Reese thought this roster was so complete that he wasted a 3rd-round pick on a player that can't contribute. Okay? At the very least, if he wasn't gonna go O-line with that 3rd pick, at the very least, he could have gotten us another receiver. Because
he could have gotten a running back. Look how many running backs went after that. Look how many linemen went after that. I mean, what did we say? What did we say at draft time?
That's the next thing I'm going to say. We don't have any running backs. None of them are the only one that is any good or has any chance of being any good is Gallman. I know Darkwa, everybody loves Darkwa because he plays with heart, he plays with passion, whatever, but he's so hit or miss. He can only run in a straight line, and he's injured a lot.
A lot.
We don't need injuries. Remember when Tom Coughlin came to the Giants? What was the first thing he said? Injuries are a cancer. What do we have? Injuries. And where is Tom Coughlin?
It's ugly.
Running the football without a quarterback, and Jacksonville looks like a playoff contender in the AFC.
I mean, that's to me. This to me is it's a perfect storm. It's never going to happen, okay, ever, because the Giants are too thick-headed for it to happen, and that's really the bottom fucking line. The franchise is too thick-headed to recognize what's going on here and to say it's time. It's been a nice run. It's time to clear house and build this roster with a lot more youth and a lot more depth. And how about this? A lot more talent than they have right now.
I think after the press conference, it seemed like the writing was on the wall. The start, it was okay. Then they started pressing him a little, and he was like crumbling.
But dude, I
think he knows the writing's on the wall.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Marco. And this is why the situation is so god awful. Okay, what's the next GM going to do? You're tied. All your money's tied up. You're tied to the defensive line. You're tied to Eli. You can't go out. You can't go out in 2 drafts and think that you're going to plug everybody in. And free agency, I got news for you guys, it's not that good next year.
Listen, I'll say this. We're spending a lot of time bashing the defensive, the roster structure, things of that nature. The defensive line, one thing that I think that the new GM will be able to build around. The problem is that, the defensive
Here's
line.
the problem. You're only going to get JPP. You're only going to get the good JPP is at the end of his contract. So pretty much you got another 2.5 years of JPP, the regular JPP.
But and I can see why you say that, and I can't really argue with you because the facts speak for themselves. But, the defense being in the situation that it's in, it's also Ben McAdoo's fault. Let me tell you something. Hold on. Can we put something on the players? No. I mean, we're putting all this shit on Reese. We put all this stuff on McAdoo. Can we put something on the players? I mean, the guys that play. But my point is, every single game this year, the Giants have lost time of possession by 10 or more minutes.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a defensive line that you want to be your game changer, I mean, they still have to be fresh. The reason that the Eagles' defensive line is so good is because they rotate 7 guys in and out. They're always fresh. They're always circling in fresh guys to compete against an offensive line that's out there every play.
And they can run the ball. And they have multiple options to throw the ball to.
And Ben McAdoo, with his offensive game plan, is just giving them a giant FU. Stay out on the field for 15 extra minutes a game. It doesn't work.
And here's something that needs to be addressed, too, because all over social media and all this stuff about how you know how many times I've been told, oh, you want to put Davis Webb in with this team?
100%.
And guys, I don't get it. I don't get the rationale for people to say, okay, you really want to take a rookie quarterback and put him behind this? You guys really want to take a 37-year-old making $22 million with 2 Super Bowl rings and put him behind this? I mean, to me, it's unfair to Eli. And I think the Giants are doing him a huge – I think the Giants are doing him a huge disservice by living under the delusion that this team is close to a Super Bowl. Because the right thing to do is to take this man that has given everything to your franchise, has been the classiest person from the minute he got here up until right now, where he is in a shitstorm. Okay? And everything he has given to this franchise, you're willing to let this guy at 37-year-old take this beating with no one to throw the ball to? It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
The right thing to do for him and the franchise at this point is recognize that the ship has sailed its course. It was a beautiful, nice cruise. It's over.
Right.
It's a harsh reality, but it's over.
So what are you cutting? Are you cutting Eli?
No, I'm not cutting Eli. But let me tell you something. If the Eagles got a first-round pick for Sam Bradford, I can get if my GM is worth his salt, is worth anything, you can get a first-round pick for Eli. And don't tell me that the timing. Bullshit, Tim. We're mid-season. You're telling me the Jaguars or Denver this close to the playoffs, this close to a playoff run with the teams they have, wouldn't give you a late first-round pick for Eli Manning? You're on crack. The Eagles got a first-round pick for Sam Bradford.
He was younger, and it was the beginning of the season. It was the beginning of the season.
I don't give a shit when it was, Tim. If anything, he has more value now because teams realize where they are. In the beginning of the season, everybody has hope.
But that's why these things don't happen in football. These trades usually don't happen in football.
No, they have been happening in football. They have been happening in football. There are trades going on left and right, and based on the person's value and the team's needs, you can get a pick. you could get a late first-round pick. These
And
Jacksonville, you put Eli on Jacksonville, they're a Super Bowl contender.
And like
I never said that.
And like we talked about earlier, we could talk about trades all you want. Eli has no trade clause. He goes
if you went to Eli Manning, hold on, wait a minute, because that's another fucking shit that you delusional Giant fans keep throwing around. He has a no trade clause. He has a no trade clause. Excuse me. You're telling me that if John Elway or Tom Coughlin, okay, spoke to Archie and Peyton and Eli and said, listen, we get it. But I went to Denver, got myself a Super Bowl. You can go play with John, who I played with, or you can go play with Tom, who you know. And Eli, we're prepared to do this because we have a first-round pick on the table and we have to do what's best for the franchise. You're telling me that man wouldn't consider waiving his no-trade clause? I understand he wants to finish his career as a Giant, but he's not retarded. There are ways to go about things.
Jack.
Now, will it happen? No, highly doubtful. But do not tell me if Coughlin or Elway, with the relationships they have with the Manning family, went to him and there was a considerable offer on the table that made sense for the Giants, all those parties would not sit down and he would not waive his goddamn trades clause to go there. The second part of this that needs to be addressed is the fact that you guys don't want Webb to play with this. I want Webb to play with this team. Put him in the shit, gentlemen. Let the bombs go off around him. Shell shock him.
I know what you're saying.
Because I want to see how he is in the locker room after a loss.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see how he is with the media after he gets his ass kicked. I want to see how he is on the sidelines when things aren't going right. I want to see if he lifts. Maybe he lifts. Maybe he rallies the troops and lifts some of these kids up a little bit to make a play. Maybe he puts a spark in it. How's he handle himself week to week? How's he study film and prepare for games? What questions is this kid asking? What's he doing in the community? How is he working harder to get better? You get a half of season to see that before you decide on if you need to spend a first-round top 5 pick on a quarterback. Because the other option, if you're sitting in the top 5, is who else needs a quarterback? I have one, I'll trade back. Because I need players. Or I take Barkley or the top offensive lineman in the draft. This isn't a game. It's a game, but this isn't a game. This is huge. From now up until the draft, gentlemen, huge on how they decide to handle it, and it could cripple us for years.
And I'm just going to talk about this David Webb thing. I'm going to talk about this David Webb thing because we've argued about this already. But, you know, other people can't see off your Facebook. Eli is gun-shy right now because of this offensive line, and he has no one to pass to. So you're going to put in a rookie. He's
37 years old. I'd be gun-shy, too. I'm 40. At 22, put me in the fucking muck. Put me in it.
He's still going
to Tim, these kids are playing. These kids are playing now. This isn't 10 years ago. This isn't 15 years ago.
You know what?
It's not 20 years ago.
The argument like Dak Prescott played, the only reason Dak played, 2 people had to get injured for Dak to even see the field last year.
And it turned out to be the best thing that ever happened to the franchise.
That's not true.
Maybe not ever. But in the last 15 years, it turned out to be the best thing that ever happened to the franchise. And guys, what options do you have? I mean, we sit here and they'll patch it up. Really? You're looking at this roster and you think they're a couple of pieces away? Do you see what the cap looks like going into next year?
Well, Brandon Marshall will be off the cap. DRC will be off the cap. Who's whispering?
Somebody's doing some kinky stuff. Who's on the line?
Well, yeah, what's this
what are you wearing?
going on in the background? I know it's hard to hear over James and shit, but damn.
I heard that. I heard that. That was loud and clear. Hey. Put that shit on stereo. Uh-huh.
I think Eli.
Give her a Bromsky. Give her a Bromsky.
Oh, my God.
You motorboating son of a bitch, whoever you are. Are they built for speed or comfort? Are they built for speed or comfort? You give it a motorboat?
I'll just slip it in.
You give it a motorboat? You motorboat, slip it in. You
I'll just slip
motorboat
it in.
son of a bitch, you.
I think we know.
What were we talking about again? Demi Lovato?
I forgot. It threw me all off now.
Process of elimination. I think we know.
FYI, Marco, how about this for
Yeah.
a piece? Hit the breaking news. Hit the breaking news. I got one for you. Breaking news.
Hey,
DJ Khaled and Demi Lovato going on tour. Breaking news.
There you go.
There you go, Demi. So when your wife sees her in the spin class, tell her we're coming to the show.
Nice.
Barclays Center. I already looked it up.
That's it, bro. I want in. I want to go. I want to go see Demi.
guys, Demi's with me. That's who you heard.
That's who we heard was you're with Demi? You Starsky,
Demi's
you
here.
motorboating son of a bitch. I knew it was you gigolo.
Demi's in Lancaster. She came to visit.
Justin the gigolo.
Damn straight.
Factually accurate information.
That's right. I got my
My
Cavassier right
apologies,
here.
but I heard the whole conversation. What I'll say about Eli.
I'm the
What
ladies'
I'll say
man.
about
I got my
what I'll say-
Cavassier right here.
I see by my
what
half.
I'll say about Eli. Moving on.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So she was looking at my wang.
I'll just slip it in.
YouTube's gonna censor us. This episode's done.
I see this
Oh.
half drunken bottle of Cavassier that I can see we're halfway through the
Yeah.
show.
That's right. She wanted to see my wang.
Anyway, moving on past to further the Eli conversation.
Oh, that's right,
I'll
Eli.
just slip it
Go
in.
ahead.
This show just went off the rails.
I think it just got better.
Oh, my God.
4 for 8 for 17 yards in one half. Like we can love Eli, we can appreciate what he did, and all of those things. But 4 for 8 for 17 yards, Eli's part of the problem. He's contributing to
4
it.
for 8 for 17 yards. Webb could do that. I mean, Webb can do that. I mean, Webb could do that, and he could fumble, and he could throw a
we
pick
could
too.
do that. There's a possibility we
4
could
for
do
8 for
that.
17 yards, and we were winning 7-3.
It's so funny, guys. It's sad. It's so sad. It's funny. I mean, it's just. Thank God I've seen 4 Super Bowls in my life, and I could at least laugh at this. I mean, imagine being like an Eagles fan, and like, I mean, it's just god awful. Celtics win by 7, FYI. So there you go. With that,
Congratulations. I love Jaylen Brown, by the
Thank
way.
Jalen and how about my man? I nicknamed him J-Tay. Like that? Jason Tatum, little J-Tay. By the way, Markel Fultz is awful. So let's just.
He is the ugliest shot I've ever seen.
It's so
Well,
bad.
I read an article that said that because of his shoulder injury, he has to change his form.
Well,
yeah,
that's
you
good.
should shoot
That's a
underhand.
good thing.
You should
That's
shoot
like-
underhand.
That's like
I mean,
Giants GM bad.
Oh,
That's a
If you
good thing.
pick if you pick somebody that is injured so that they have to change the form of their shot.
And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't watch college basketball like that this past year, unless they played Syracuse. I didn't really watch it. But Philly literally traded up to get Markel Fultz, and his shot is that ugly. I mean, it's just disgusting. Who taught him basketball?
Danny Ainge.
And
I'm sorry.
And he's a damn point guard. Learn how to shoot.
That's awful. It really is. It's sad. I'll tell you something though. You got something with that Ben Simmons kid. If his feet could stay healthy.
I'm actually loving seeing MB play. It's weird.
There is a ton of young talent in the NBA, gentlemen. There's a ton of young talent. I picked a good league, a good year to call DirecTV with a Southern accent and pretend that I was pissed off about the flag, tell them I was going to cancel my subscription, and then get the NBA package for nearly nothing.
Wait,
so it worked out for everybody.
That happened?
That's a true story.
Yes, I did. I've talked about this with James.
That's a true story.
Yep.
What did you get?
I will say this.
I
I will say this. I'm lying about the Southern accent just to add to the story, but everything else is absolutely true. I didn't have a Southern accent. But yes, I called up. I told them, I said, listen, I've been a long-time customer. I said the first time that I've ever ordered from you guys or I got DirecTV was I'm going on year 3. I said I got the NBA the NFL package for free the first year and then had to pay in full the following year. I said, so, I've never ordered the NBA package before, and I was wondering if you could do something similar to that. I've already ordered the NFL package this year. I got discounted on that. I'm paying $29.99 for the NFL package, right, a month. So they tell me, they're like, no, there's no packages available. I'm like, I want to speak to your manager. Girl goes, right, comes back. She's like, there's no packages available. I'm sorry, there's nothing we could really do. I said, are you a manager? Did you put a manager on the line? No. Go get me a manager. I don't believe that there's no packages on the line. I'll cancel my subscription right now. Manager gets on the line, right? Manager gets on the line. Hilarious. Gets on the line, starts with Mr. Duino, there's no packages. There's really nothing we can do right now. I said, listen, hold on.
That's what she said. There's no package.
I said, hold on. I said,
there's something you can do.
Exactly. I told her, I said, listen, I said, I don't know who you think you're talking to, but you guys are losing money hand over foot, handing it back to people about the flag. I will tell you something. I am so offended by what the NFL is doing. If it wasn't for my kids wanting to watch it, I would have canceled a week and a half ago. So do you want to help me out? Because I'm trying to give you more money for an NBA package on discount, or would you like me to just pull my subscription and you lose all of my money? Please hold. Came back. Discounted rate. I'm paying basically for both packages. I'm paying cheaper than one package, and I'm getting both.
I like the way to play the system, man.
Know what's going on. Know that there's snowflakes crying because people are kneeling, and you take complete advantage of it. It's great.
Oh, 100%, man. You got to know where you got to know where the company stands.
And considering how bad the goddamn Giants are, it's nice to watch some other games.
I have horrible news.
Uh-oh.
Freaking
Donald
Blog Talk Radio was playing an old episode, and people missed the gold mine that just happened.
What happened?
Blog Talk Radio was the audio they were sending out was from an old show. It wasn't the current live show.
What?
What? It's now correct. We are now live. Everyone's hearing
that's great.
So people are like, what the hell are you guys talking about?
I wonder what we were talking about.
I just want to say for all the fans that missed it, Demi Lovato was here in Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
We have audio.
Fear not. I have audio, and that will be re-released.
Yeah, we will re-air Demi Lovato taking complete advantage of Justin.
Yeah.
That needs to be replayed. I want an audio clip of that.
I was powerless.
I will probably.
She's sorry, but not sorry.
Just raise the volume on the whisper on that part.
So, does that mean that we have to? Does that mean that we have to like rehash everything that we've already spoke about?
Nah.
I don't want to go crazy again.
Yeah, we're gonna re-air.
Technically,
calm down.
Me and James
argued
about 2 days ago.
Can I talk about the other thing in the Giants game that upset me?
Yeah.
Just one other thing?
Well, this is the thing. Like, this sent me over the top, and I don't know why, because I know were 1-6, and I had pretty much resigned myself to the fact that we were going to lose when Eli had 17 yards at halftime. However,
are you going to talk about the play? The play?
The fact that they called that a touchdown,
ridiculous.
Does anyone know what a touchdown is?
I don't know what a touchdown is anymore.
I vote. Here's what I'm going to make a suggestion to you guys, and this is heartfelt because I really do care about you guys, and I can tell that Sundays right now are very agonizing for you, and it's understandable. But you have to. You should come over to flip the coin, and then on the flip side of the coin, there's me. Medicate yourself very highly on Sunday afternoon before the Giants game. Talking ample medication, ample herbal remedies, okay? What'll happen then, gentlemen, is you will start to look at the game as a comedy of errors. And when these awful things take place, you'll laugh, hoping everyone and their mother in the franchise will be fired and we can start anew. I suggest that you take this to heart, implement it. Much more fun second half of the season sitting ahead of you.
You're probably right because I take the other way. I drink, and I just get angrier.
No reason.
I'll say this about the play. You know, the week before...
I'm going to buy you a drink.
The week before, you know, the Jets and their tight end had a touchdown reverse because he lost the ball for a quarter of a second on camera before regaining possession. And if you look at the apex of that catch, Paul Richardson didn't have the ball. He did not have the football.
The only reason it didn't hit the ground is it literally fell on Landon Collins' chest. It's the only reason the ball didn't hit the ground. And Landon Collins had it.
It was a lot funnier from where I was sitting. That's all I'm going to say.
What I want to say in reference to that is, Roger Goodell, if you're listening, please call in.
Give him the number.
And explain to us what a catch is. Because I don't think you know.
Roger, that's 516-453-9383. I'm so pissed.
Hurry up, you schmuck. You got a lot to answer for.
Yeah.
By the way, brief aside, how pissed off is Roger Goodell that David Stern came out and said that medical marijuana should be legal in the NBA? I mean, it's like on a scale of 1 to 10, how upset do you think Roger Goodell is?
On a scale of 1 to 10, like how upset do you think Josh Gordon is?
Yeah.
Can I have the last 3 years of my life back, please?
Did you see his documentary that he did? Did you watch that?
Actually. It was a lot worse than just marijuana, obviously, huh? Yeah, that was eye-opening.
Oh, I didn't see it. What was it on?
For those that may not have seen it.
It was on what was it done by, Marco? Undisputed or something, right?
Unscripted
if you go on if you go on YouTube and look up like Josh Gordon interview, it was probably around a 13-minute interview, I think. And it details him getting out of rehab and what he was going through prior to rehab, basically how he was really enabled a lot through high school, college, you know. It was really eye-opening. He looks like, I mean, Mark, he seemed to me like if he gets another shot, somebody may have a gem on their hands.
Yeah, no.
He looks... He's 26 years old. He's training with an Olympic sprinter. This is not something that he's not coming back from a ripped up knee.
I understand that, but he hasn't played in 3 years.
What's that? So, I mean, are you kidding me? He's a wide receiver. I mean, you're talking about running routes and having timing with a quarterback. As long as you're in game shape, kid's 26 years old. He's a babe. I mean, it's not like you forget how to play. I mean, I think he'll be fine. I think if he ends up I think he has to get out of Cleveland. And here's an interesting little side note to Josh Gordon, that he has there's a kicker. He's in the final year of his 4-year rookie deal, and he has to play the last 6 games of this season in order to be able to be a free agent next year, or his contract gets extended in Cleveland for another season.
So hoping it doesn't.
Supposedly, I saw on one of the Cleveland beat writers was writing about it. They mentioned that quietly that the request to be reinstated has already happened, and it was done in conjunction with the release of the interview. So if you put 2 and 2 together, it's been around 3 weeks since the interview came out. He's been training since before that with the Olympic trainer, who says he looks phenomenal. He looked phenomenal in the video. I mean, over the next 2 weeks, you're going to hear his name. Something's going to happen. So we'll see what goes on from there.
You lost. There's a kicker that needs to what? A kicker needs to play for him to get the spot.
No, a kicker.
No, there's a kicker in the contract that if he doesn't play, at least he needs to play the final 6 games of this season in order to be able to hit free agency. If he doesn't play in at least the last 6 games of this season, then the kicker in the contract, comes, and then there's exactly, and then it's just like he has to stay there another year. And who knows how they feel about him, if they'd even want him.
My headphones are breaking up. I was like, what? What the hell?
And they traded him for
receivers. Speaking of receivers, and I'm not saying the Giants are going to do this.
No, I'm already going to boo. Ready? Here we go.
Are you saying Bolden?
I'm going to say.
Don't say. You saying Bolden? Don't say Bolden.
Not saying Bolden at all.
Who?
Martavius Bryant.
Here it is. No. Here we go. Hold on.
Nope. Yep. Boom. You got Sterling Shepard and Odell Beckham Jr. coming back next year, and you want to give up picks that we desperately need for a receiver who has a head case. No way.
What are these multiple picks for? You would have to give multiple picks. Dude's
not multiple picks. I don't want to give one pick.
We've wasted.
I need all the picks I could get.
Yeah, and we've already wasted picks. We wasted a 3rd-round pick on Davis Webb because they clearly don't want to see if he can play. We wasted an extra pick to trade up to be able to take Biznawadi, who's not even on our team. He's on our practice squad.
Hey guys, if we were 5-2, make the trade.
So much.
Yeah.
We can't give them away anymore.
No. If you're 5-2, you consider making that deal if you're banged up at the receiver spot and you need a receiver. If you're 4-3 and you feel good about your team and you just lost Odell Beckham Jr. and you need a receiver, you need a weapon, I could see it. At 1-6, you want to give up a pick for that kid? No.
No.
Jerry Reese said we're going to make a run. Well, how are we going to make a run if we don't have a receiver?
Okay. Jerry Reese needs to run into oncoming traffic.
If I'm Jerry Reese, I'm making every move possible. I was like, I'm probably going to get fired at the end of the season. Whatever.
I think right now he would be. I think if he tried to do anything crazy, I think Mr. Mara would be like, I hope so. I mean, this Mara, he scares me, man. This fucking guy's starting to scare me. Like, sell the team. Sell it to Mark Cuban. Because does Mark Cuban want it? This guy is terrifying. It's like he's okay. It's like calling fucking Snuffleupagus. He accomplishes nothing. He just walks around like, okay, bird. Okay. Just fucking do something. Scream, yell, say something. Everything's always okay.
After Jerry Reese's press conference, I literally thought to myself, he has such high-grade medication that he needs to get in touch with James, because I know James appreciates medication, and
I do. I enjoy a good medication.
James would appreciate, whatever Jerry's on, because he's on something.
I think, Jerry is just. I mean, it's unbelievable. Like, I watched that, and if I was the owner of the franchise, I'd be completely embarrassed by that. Not only would I be embarrassed by the fact that my team was awful, I'd be embarrassed by the fact that my general manager has that press conference. I'd be embarrassed by the fact that they're Seahawk fans, and get used to that in Giant Stadium for the next half of the season. Every home game is going to be an away game. You got 8 away games coming up. And I got news for you. That may be the best thing we have going for us, because I think the only way to get through to Mara, and if you remember, Marco, do you remember? Can you verify this for me? I believe I tweeted out or I put on Facebook. I don't even remember which one. But you want them to clean house? Stop going to the games.
Mm-hmm.
Sell your tickets to the opposing fucking team's fans. That will very quickly get a response from management. Other than that, you show up, you keep going, keep buying the hot dogs, keep drinking the Kool-Aid, you got another 2 years, 3 years of this mess.
And if we have a top 5 pick, there's no way McAdoo stays. There's no way McAdoo could stay.
You're not going to. You got a quarterback. So who's teaching? Who's teaching another Eli another offense at 37?
You know what? We hire Mike Sullivan.
So now you're just going to hire a guy just to keep the same offense because of your 37-year-old quarterback. You just did that.
Here's the thing.
I'm just fucking with you.
For whatever reason.
No, but Tim, do you see the problem?
Yeah. And you know what?
For whatever reason, we run the most complicated offense in the NFL. No one can pick it up. Eli's been practicing with these wide receivers for 3 weeks. He can't get them to run around where they're supposed to be. The only guy that he can throw the ball to in time, in step, is Evan Ingram. Which, by the way, they should put Evan Ingram and Odell Beckham Jr. on the same side of the field every single possession next year and have them run off each other. One of them is going to be open every single time. That's all you need to do.
I told you that kid was good.
Yeah, he's solid.
He is solid. It was a good pick. I can tip my cap to Reese on that one.
Yeah, he's literally our whole offense.
If Reese can, Reese in the first round has, the Flowers thing, but then he makes up for trading up in the second for Collins. I mean, he hasn't been awful with the early round picks. It's the mid to late round picks that just destroy your roster. You can't win if you don't hit on those. You can't. It's tough. With a salary cap,
he's been better. He's been better with the recent years with the late round picks. It's just the years before he used to like to take the risks and see if some guys would pan out, which they didn't. Like guys like DeMonte Moore.
This roster is it's not very good. It's just not good. I mean, there's 2 teams that are worse than us, guys. We're in the conversation with San Francisco and Cleveland.
And the Browns, yeah.
I mean, you have to. I know we're Giants fans, and we like to think like, oh, the Giants. Like, take a step back, man. Like, eat some humble pie. It's okay to have one of these seasons, Giant fans. But don't be delusional about it. Face reality on what's going on here. This is not an easy situation and an easy fix at all.
Yeah.
I want to put out there. Hey, go ahead, Marco. Go ahead.
Contrary to what James just said, 0-6, these 0-7, 0-6, 0-5 streaks, like for the past, we're only 3 years removed from the last one.
Yep.
The Browns aren't even going to when was the last time a team tanked 7 in a row? What was it? The Lions 5 years ago?
It's not pretty company. It's not pretty company. I mean, and that's why when you see me say last year was the aberration, because look at the football that's been played here since 2011 Patriots game, JPP's rookie year. Look at the football that's been played here since then. And last year, guys, the reason why I say last year was the aberration was go back and look how awful the schedule they played was. They played a very easy schedule last year. And they won, a total of 6 games by 17 points? How many of those games could have flipped the other way? Now, tip your hat. You won. You won the games. Great. But you were exposed in the playoffs because of your lack of offense. So what do we really have here, guys, for the last 6 years now?
And I agree with you. But I still believe we have a good defense. I think the defense played well last year. BJ Goodson's let me down because I'm finding out he's injury prone. Because he plays one game, then he's out. It is what it is.
I like BJ Goodson, but that's what you get for consistently drafting linebackers with 4th-round value.
Yeah. You know what?
Everything has an explanation for it, guys. I mean, you can give me any player that's not performing well, and just look at the player. I mean, Andrew Adams, we got a lot out of last year. Andrew Adams is an undrafted free agent.
And that's what I give Reese credit for as well, those undrafted free agents he has brought in.
Yeah, but everybody hit. I mean, look around the league. There's undrafted free agents that are contributing all over the league.
They have to.
But look at our entire roster.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, our entire roster is flawed.
I was saying,
guys.
we fix the offensive line. Maybe bring a running back in. We're going to be okay. Now, I preferably, I want to put my hat in the ring and let David Shaw know out of Stanford that I want you to become the Giants' next head coach.
You've come to the dark side, huh?
Yeah.
Fixing the line.
And that wasn't a racial term. That wasn't a racial term, Marco. I do want David Shaw.
No, it's not a racial term.
I want David Shaw to be the next Giants head coach. And you know what? I've looked up some of the Giants or the GM candidates. I just want a little Italian guy to be the GM. Either
which one?
But he's walking into a situation where he can't do anything.
What do you mean he can't do anything?
No.
What's he going to do? What are they going to do besides draft? Who are they signing? With what money? With what money? You're going to re-sign? You're going to re-sign Pugh?
And
no,
I'll take it a step further.
Pugh's the best offensive lineman in this free agent class. Okay.
Oh, he's going to get paid stupid money. That's why.
Okay. All right. Okay. So if Pugh, who is already on your roster, is the best lineman that's going to be in free agency, you're either going to overpay for him tremendously because, look, I got news for you, he's not that good, or you let him walk. You let him walk, okay, and now you got a crop of players that are worse than Justin Pugh. So that leaves you to the draft, gentlemen, and you're not going to draft offensive linemen first, second, third, fourth round.
Why not?
It's not going to happen.
But I'm saying
it's not going to happen. You're not going to rebuild the whole offensive line through one draft. Pipe dreams.
And if they're sitting at 3, they're not taking an offensive lineman.
You got to figure that too.
If they're sitting at 3, they're taking a quarterback or they're taking Saquon Barkley. That's how it is.
Yep. Bingo. So now you're talking about how are you rebuilding the line? And who are the players coming back? Are you going to re-sign Richburg? No, thank you.
Nah, you don't need to.
Pugh, no, thank you. But then there's no free agent lineman left. So your only option is the guys on your roster in the draft.
if a new GM comes in, he's most likely going to clean house. Goodbye, coach. Goodbye, Eli. He's not going to want to start with, old Eli with 2 years left.
No. 100% agreed.
So there's money. Say goodbye to JPP. There's money. Say goodbye to Olivier Vernon.
Well, I totally agree with you, Marco. But
the money could be reworked. He's gonna bring in his offensive scheme with a coach that he wants to put in, and they might not be 11-5 and like lighting shit on fire in the beginning, but they might play hard. They might be like a team that I can't name more than 7 players, like the Jets, who are winning and they're playing hard. And that's
and isn't that the idea? I mean, the way I look at it is this: if you're telling me, if we're looking at the two options, and I 100% agree with you, Marco. If you're going to bring in a new GM and a new coach, then that means it's a clean house and start over. You can't bring in a new GM and just say, okay, here are these guys, have fun for 2 seasons, and then we'll worry about it. No, it's not. I don't want that fucking job. No, thank you.
There's only a few guys on the roster that I think are like untouchable that are going to remain Giants. Odell, Collins, getting pretty thin after that. I got news for you guys. And I'm going to get hammered for this. All right, hold on. Let's cue up the heat because I know
I know where this is going.
Yeah, you know exactly where this is going because he makes me absolutely sick to my stomach.
How dare you?
He makes me sick to my stomach that he's wearing a blue uniform. He's a diva. He's a princess.
Don't talk about Brad Wing like that.
You could take him and his buddy, Captain Shank and Captain Dance-A-Lot on a twisted ankle, and send them on a boat in Miami.
I hate Brad Wing so much.
Now, see, I think the problem from DRC and the whispers you're hearing in the locker room, you see, guys, you know where I think that stems from? I think that stems from Giant Stadium, Carolina, bats on the field. Odell goes apeshit. Giants enable him. And that's all they have been doing since. No one has taken this kid by his blonde locks and fucking thrown him against the wall and said, stop it.
For what?
You're embarrassing us and you're embarrassing yourself. And I got news for you. Giant fans. You're going to hear it here first. As long as Odell Beckham Jr. is a Giant, you're going to get tons of highlight plays and tons of long touchdowns, and you're not going to win a goddamn Super Bowl. And you heard it here first.
And I just want to tell the Giants fans, James is actually a Giants fan. I know it doesn't sound like it, but he is a Giants fan.
No, but you see, I'm a Giants fan. I'm not a fan of individual players. I'm a fan of the franchise. I'm a fan of the tradition. I'm a fan of the tradition, of the history, of everything that it means to put that blue jersey on. And when you put that blue jersey on, you're putting it on for all the ghosts of the past, for the Huffs and the Robustellis and the Giffords and the Homer Jones. But it's not a joke to me. And when people are on their knees in the Giants' end zone pissing like a dog, when people are proposing to nets, when people are spearing people on the field and acting like a fucking baby, like my 13-year-old daughter doesn't act, I don't need it on my team. I'd rather, you know what I'd rather? Give me a bunch of kids that shut their mouths and play and throw themselves through a fucking wall to win a game. I'd rather lose like that than lose looking like a clown. That's what kind of Giants fan I am.
Well, I just want to put it out there. Odell is a talent. He doesn't do anything on the off field. And as far as the celebrations, I can care less what anybody does.
He doesn't do anything what? What doesn't he do? He doesn't do anything on the what?
Fine. Is he getting in trouble?
Off the field, he's fine?
No.
On a boat?
Yeah.
He's fine on a boat?
Yeah.
He's good on a boat? When the playoff game is next week? He's good with a twisted ankle dancing in a club? That's a good look? That's a good look?
He came back early from the ankle.
What?
He played on the ankle, hurt, but he still played, didn't he?
No.
Here's
Tim, go back and look at the timeline. He sat out the fucking game, then was in the dance-off, and then limped around on the field the next week. Okay? Okay?
I just want
so let's talk about facts.
All you Giants players, James wants you to be locked in your damn apartment. The second you get assigned to this damn team.
No, I don't. I don't.
That's what
no,
Giants Blue means to James.
No, I don't.
Giants
I don't
Blue
want you to be locked in your apartment. Just don't act like an asshole. That's it.
So
you want to go to Miami? You want to go to Miami? Go. How about this? Quietly. God forbid. God forbid.
No one can do stuff quietly nowadays.
You're a leader on the fucking team. You're a leader on the team. And you're in Miami with other receivers getting recorded, they're turning down Adderall a week before a playoff game?
At least he's turning down Adderall.
Yeah, he turned it down.
Jesus Christ, guys.
He turned it down my ass.
He could have been. What I'm saying is that a leader says this is a bad place for us to be in a week before a playoff game.
He's a young kid. He was a young kid. He made a mistake.
He's a moron.
Are you ever
He's a moron. Landon Collins is a young kid. Landon Collins is a young kid. He's younger than Odell.
Yeah.
So how do you handle it?
And Landon Collins was almost there.
No, he wasn't.
Real.
No, he wasn't.
Hold on.
Landon Collins said, "No, I'm not going," and went. And they said, "What did you guys do?" And he said, "We did something, but no one knew about it." Landon Collins and the defensive players went somewhere, but it wasn't on social media, and no one knew about it.
Gentleman's establishment.
Paparazzi aren't following around Landon Collins. They're following around.
Fuck, they posted the fucking picture on Instagram, Tim.
Not that much following you have to do there.
They were their own paparazzi.
Odell, hold the camera. Come on, man.
Right. Here's the thing, though. And this is exactly why Odell isn't going anywhere. Forget, forget the fact that, they have to get rid of everybody else and they can't get rid of their number one star from a marketing standpoint. Putting that aside, the reason why you need to have Odell Beckham on this team going forward is because people are watching. Other players are watching that are free agents. Why are they going to come to New York in its current status? The only reason they're going to come to New York is to play with Odell Beckham Jr. And if you're even thinking about taking a quarterback or taking a running back, if you take any offensive skill position player, having Odell Beckham on that team to draw away coverage makes that player better, makes their life easier, makes their development more likely. So even if you take Saquon Barkley, having Odell Beckham has one less person in the box. You admit that you screwed up on the Davis Webb pick and you take a quarterback, what better weapon to have for that young quarterback than Odell Beckham Jr.? Makes their life easier.
I agree.
So Odell
Kid's a fucking
is
head case.
staying where he is. The question is, what offense are they going to build around him? And
the question is the kid going to implode?
I just want to put out there.
Is he going to end up? Is the kid going to end up doing crunches in his driveway? That's what I want to know.
I just want Marco and Justin, and because you guys can back me up on this, because you guys have been doing the podcast for quite a while with us. James has wanted Josh Gordon on this team for years, but he's mad at Odell, who actually doesn't get in trouble.
Josh Gordon had an addiction. He didn't run around on the field and fight and propose to a fucking net.
Are you really
He put up 1,600 yards with Jesse Campbell throwing him the ball.
Okay, and
Come on.
Odell only broke records for the past 3 years of being in the league. But
and how many games have we won? And how many games have we won? And how many games have we won? And how many games have we won with Odell? And how many fucking games have we won with Odell? The reason why I wanted Josh Gordon was because he would have cost you ugats.
Weren't we in the playoffs?
And in Italian, ugats means balls. He would have came on the cheap because he was going through problems. So you would have got him for a conditional round draft pick, and his talent is through the roof. And when Josh Gordon played, he wasn't spearing people on the field. He wasn't fucking running around throwing his hands up. He wasn't in the nightclubs at all.
Yeah,
he was
actually, he was in the nightclubs with Johnny Manziel.
No, not while he was fucking playing. He wasn't. You never heard about that shit while he was playing.
Yeah,
not while he was playing.
The one season he played. The 1 season.
The 2 seasons he played.
Like, Odell, what's with you,
Did
Odell?
he play 2 full seasons? Did he play 2 full seasons?
He played actually 3 whole seasons. The second season he was suspended for 2 games. The third season he played the full year.
But I think we should go trade for Josh Gordon. Let's give him Odell straight up. Straight up.
No one's saying that. It's about value. If you're going to take a conditional round draft pick for a kid that had 1,600 yards with Jesse Campbell throwing him the ball, yeah, I'll take a shot on that kid.
But you have no problem.
I'll take a shot on that kid.
You have no problem.
Dude, he proposed to a fucking kicking net. Have you ever seen that before in your life?
Josh Gordon can wear that giant blue, but if Odell wears that giant blue, god damn it. Josh Gordon, he can wear the giant blue because he's a real giant.
Did Josh Gordon piss up his leg and try to take a fucking piss like he's a dog?
That was fine because it was after his touchdown.
It was fine because it was after his touchdown. The 15-yard penalty that came along with it, fuck it.
Yeah. Pretty much, it didn't mean anything.
That's genius. That's genius.
Gene. I can't even.
Fucking genius.
Oh my god.
Comparing giving up a 7th-round pick comparing giving up a 7th-round pick for an otherworldly fucking talent, taking a shot on him. With fucking this maniac.
Like, Odell,
fucking
what's
maniac.
with you, Odell?
Oh God.
Like I said,
Odell's a top 5 talent in the whole league. Period.
Yeah, he's a top 5 head case too.
Jimmy.
No one's disputing the kid's talent. Have I said from day one? I've said who is Odell's worst enemy? He's the only one that can stop himself. He's the only one.
What?
I've never seen a kid with that much talent. I've never seen a wide receiver with this much talent. And I watched Jerry Rice in his prime.
What would Odell have to do for you to forgive him?
Just shut the fuck up.
What's
Just
the
shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up and play. Just play.
Odell, could you please write a letter to James just apologizing for the boat trip? He's still not.
And just allow me to retort, Odell.
Odell, don't call in. Please don't call in. Jimmy doesn't want to hear from you.
Just show up. No, I do. Oh, I fucking do. Okay, I really do. I'd love to tell him it to his fucking blonde head face. Just shut up and fucking play. Because no one else has told him. No one else has grabbed him by the fucking neck. And, dude, shut up. Your talent is ungodly. Let your talent do your talking. Shut
Marco,
up.
parenthetically, I'm going to tell you, between Demi and that rant, this isn't making it past the YouTube filter.
No, definitely not.
Marco's going to be up all night beeping us.
Oh. He's embarrassing. He's embarrassing. His actions on the field are embarrassing.
Oh,
sorry.
God. It kills me what you think is embarrassing.
Proposing to smacking the net, and then getting clocked in the face with it. It's fucking embarrassing.
That's embarrassing for him.
Coming back the next week and getting on your knee to propose to the net is just fucking stupid.
Just having fun with it. You know, you got to.
Oh yeah, just having fun. You're a moron. You're a moron. You know what that says to me? You know what that says to me? It's me. Everyone look at me. Look at Odell. Me.
Receiver, the number one wide receiver in the league, you said, is Antonio Brown, and he's not like that.
Dude, are you fucking kidding me? Go back. How many diva wide receivers have won?
But is that
Go
their
ahead.
fault? No, first of
Go
all,
ahead.
It didn't
How many diva
league.
wide receivers have won Super Bowls? Go ahead. I'll wait.
I got to think about it.
Keep fucking thinking.
Keyshawn.
Who?
Keyshawn Johnson.
Oh, my God. Jesus Christ.
Did he not win Super Bowl?
He didn't do much to win it, but yeah, he won a Super Bowl.
Right. He rode in on that on a defense.
I mean, but go ahead.
Which I also want to say, and
if the first one you thought of was Keyshawn, the defense rests.
So what are you saying? Is we just trade Odell? Is that
What I'm saying is someone needs to either control him, or you got a problem on your hands. That's it. If you don't think it resonates in that locker room that he gets away with this shit, and DRC gets suspended for a game, if you don't think that resonates, if you don't think that sends the message that I'll just fucking do what I want.
Well, that's what Ben does. Does what he wants.
I mean, it's not rocket science, guys. I mean, you see it all around the league. Go look at the diva wide receivers. How many titles?
Was it Pittsburgh that hasn't been in the Super Bowl?
Oh. I mean,
and they've had top receivers.
Receiver on their Super Bowl team.
Antonio Holmes.
Who?
Antonio Holmes. And actually, Antonio Brown was on that team, I think. But he was a slot receiver.
All right, hold on. Top 10 diva wide receivers. Ready? Let's see if they win. Brandon Marshall. No. Steve Smith, number 9, Carolina Panthers.
No.
Deshaun Jackson. That's a no. Andre Rison. Plaxico Burress. We got a champion there.
Yep.
Michael Irvin. Michael Irvin. Got a champion there at 5.
Plaxico isn't diva. Plaxico shot himself and ruined our season.
I wouldn't call Plax a diva. Really. He's a
even
moron.
So you're not going to go off about Plaxico, who ruined a playoff season by shooting himself.
Oh no. Plaxico's a complete.
But he can wear the giant blue. But
no. Plaxico's a complete fucking idiot. Plaxico's a complete moron. Complete idiot.
Where's James going?
Odell got him.
Is he swimming?
James has been abducted by Odell.
Yep. He's swimming with the fishes now.
James, if you can hear us, there he is.
Now, where do you guys stand in this argument? I know that me and James go back and forth. This is like almost every day on Facebook.
Yeah.
Where do you guys stand with all this? It sounds like Justin's with me, with Odell.
Yeah, no, they keep it. I would keep him.
You're keeping Odell.
Yeah.
Just like Justin said, Odell and Evan Ingram are going to be ridiculous come next year.
Here's the other thing. You got to think what our head coach situation is going to be at the end of the year. It's going to be one of two things. Either, and this is, I mean, it has to be one of these two things, so it's not like I'm going out on a limb. But if McAdoo's still here, he knows that the only time the offense is any good is when Odell's on the field.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's not McAdoo, going to be another offensive coach who would be foolish to say, yeah, I don't want Odell, as in bringing in a new offense to the Giants, because it's not going to be Steve Spagnuolo, because it's just not going to be. And when it's not Steve Spagnuolo, we have to face the fact that he's probably going to leave, because when he gets passed over for the head job coach again, I wouldn't stay.
No, yeah, I know.
So we got that going for us, too. We're going to lose the best defensive coordinator that we've had in the past decade.
Bye.
I really think it's going to be David Shaw. I just have that feeling. Unless they totally cater to Odell and, like, take what's his name out of retirement. Who was coaching for
Jesus
LSU.
Christ. And we catered to Eli, now we're going to cater to Odell. What a clusterfuck.
Who are you talking about? Les Miles?
Yeah, Les Miles.
Jesus Christ. God help us all.
If it's, I mean, didn't we cater to Odell by having Brad Wing on the team?
Cater to Eli, hiring McAdoo.
I mean, guys,
travesty.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that I could punt the ball better than Brad Wing, and my legs, they don't really work.
I can verify that.
Factually accurate information.
It's factually accurate. Justin can punt the ball better than Brad Wing.
If anyone heard the beginning of the podcast, they might have the lower extremity seem to be working just fine.
Oh, well, that's true. Yes, that's definite. Yeah. Without a doubt.
I don't. It's just the
His
legs
wang is working just fine. He may have trouble with his two legs, but not his third leg. Yeah, you dig? You dig?
All right.
Why don't you drink this Cavassier, right?
This podcast is never making it to iTunes.
I think this is stellar. I think we should quit football and just talk about this shit. Bartender.
All right, NYPD on YouTube. Let's see what they dive into the comments. Says trade Eli, DRC, JPP. Sure, why not?
I'm with them. Yeah, yes. Trade them. Who else? More guys. Keep trading.
That's Greg Chimanetti.
I wish I was a demon or a poltergeist, and I can just invade
as for head
fucking
coach,
Jerry Reese's body.
I hope the Giants get Arians or McDaniels. Who told me they like McDaniels?
Arians. I'll tell you something. I would not mind McDaniel on a second try.
I think it was you.
Yeah.
I don't know. The whole Denver drafting Tim Tebow.
Well, did he draft Tebow, or did the GM at the time draft Tebow?
I think he was big in the push for getting him, though.
I mean, I don't know. I would take sometimes, man, when these guys get second shots, sometimes they're a lot better than the first time they went around. He's a young guy, creative on offense from the Patriots.
Drafting an LT in this draft just doesn't. Wait, hold on. What the hell? Drafting LT. Oh, drafting a left tackle in this draft just doesn't help Eli. It would help his successor.
Exactly. Yeah. Even if you take a kid in the leg in those top 5 picks, for the top 5 picks.
Cruising 26 says all the O lines in the NFL are bad. We just have a quarterback that can't extend the play. That's true, too.
Yeah, I mean, quite honestly, I was watching the Packers and the Saints this past weekend. Brett Hundley, he didn't play great, but the plays that he did make was when he extended the pocket. And he ran around a little bit. And I'm telling you, if the ball's not ready to go when Eli hits the top of his drop, and when I say it's not ready to go, I mean when he hits his back step on that 3, 5, or 7-step drop, wherever the ball is supposed to go on that first read, it better go. Because if he has to come off that first read, he looks like a dog that shit in the house that is like quivering, waiting for his owner to come home.
Have you seen him do 7-step drop?
I have not.
I feel like it's 1 step throw. All right, let's see what else. Let's dive in. I was catching some shit on Facebook. No, I wasn't paying attention to the comments. Excuse me. I'm only trying to run a show.
We got a lot going on. Debbie was on the show.
Yeah, she was. He's slow, but he's also inaccurate. He's not a good QB anymore. So. What do we think about Davis Webb? We would like to see him damn play. How about that? We don't know what the hell we have in him.
Yeah, I don't know what to think about Davis Webb. I think he has a cool name. He sounds like a badass.
From what we do know is that he's a gym rat, supposedly very bright, wants to be a coach after his playing career is done, already has ideas about his own offense. He's been a captain at every team that he went to prior. Wasn't a winning quarterback in college, but he put up some big numbers. So that's all we know. That's all I know, at least. Tim, you okay? You went quiet there.
Hello?
It totally went quiet, huh?
Oh yeah. Oh shit. My bad. I had to think I'm mute because I'm an idiot.
Shame.
Yeah.
Shame.
So I just want to put it out there. Okay, all the people in the draft said, going into the draft, said Davis Webb needed a year because he ran, the little spread offense, needed to learn, the pro offense, and it seems like he's ingratiating himself right into the playbook, trying to figure out everything, and that's great. That's why let him sit a year. Let him sit the year. You know what? They didn't plan on playing him. Don't play him because he has no one to pass to anyway. He's going to get killed in this offensive line. I don't want him to get gun shy like David Carr became gun shy when he was getting killed as a rookie. Now, and you're going to ruin the kid, before he even gets going. And how's he going to see? Let's say he's like, you know what? I can work around these defenders. The problem is the receivers aren't getting separation. Other than Evan Ingram, we have no receivers to pass to right now. Thank God Sterling Shepard's probably coming back after the bye week. So hopefully the offense looks a little bit better after the bye week. But as far as the quarterbacks and all that, we aren't the ones that need to evaluate Davis Webb. The team does, and the team sees him every day. So I'm fine with Davis Webb sitting out. Now,
I can't believe you're saying that.
No, I understand where you guys are coming from.
Number one, because I don't, at this point, I don't trust their evaluation of talent.
And that was about where I was going to go with it. This is my problem is I don't trust Ben's evaluation. But Ben's shown it doesn't make a difference what the guy looks like on what he's doing on the field anyway. If Ben thinks you're a starter, you're going to be a starter. I.e. Paul Perkins. He was doing nothing during the preseason, but he still was a starter. And probably and Victor Cruz was doing the same crap all season, still was a starter. Ben's not a good evaluator of talent, obviously.
Or he's just trying to.
In the offensive line, the same thing.
I think what he's trying to do is that he had a system that worked, and for a little bit of time it worked in New York, but he's trying to put players in that system that aren't made for it. Like Eli is not Aaron Rodgers. Eli was, is a good quarterback or was a good quarterback, but they're two totally different styles. The wide receivers that we have now, outside of Odell, they're not the typical, Packers receivers that they had when he was there.
I agree. And the other thing is, he's running Mike McCarthy's offense, but the problem is he's not Mike McCarthy.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not, and you see Green Bay runs the ball when they have to. We can't run the ball, and that's our problem. And that Eli's, once he was, I hated Kevin Gilbride because he was a predictable damn offense. But you know what? He knew Eli's strengths were play off the play action, let him throw deep because he throws one of the nicest deep balls in the league.
Mm-hmm.
And you're taking that away from Eli. He doesn't have time to throw a deep ball. He has no running game, so a play action is laughable at this point. And they're always in their damn shotgun anyway, which makes no sense. Honestly, you know what? The more I've been looking at this draft, because obviously I'm already looking to the future because our team blows. If we don't go offensive lineman first round, let's say we are in the top 5, which I don't think you should take offensive lineman that early, at least from the guys I've seen. I'm saying we take Saquon Barkley, who's already cool with Odell.
I saw an Instagram picture. Yeah.
So you have Saquon Barkley, Odell, and Evan Ingram. We take that off season to fix that off the line, whatever way we can. Now, James, with this sky's falling down on the salary cap, that's bullshit. You can work the salary cap so many different ways.
Mm-hmm.
You could push the cap all over the place. You can go to Eli and probably get a pay cut, or just push off the money till later if you really need to. But here's the deal with getting rid of Eli. Let's get a quarterback that we know can start before we get rid of Eli. There's no guarantee that Davis Webb could start. There's no guarantee, if let's say I don't know who they like in the draft. Because I've been hearing that a lot of these quarterbacks they were talking about could have gone top 5 picks. A lot of them aren't projected to be in the top of the first round. The Josh Rosen, the Sam Darnolds, the whoever else. A lot of the guys are sliding down. Like the Lamar Jackson, I've seen projections of him going in the second round. Because I don't think he's going to be a good pro anyway. But you never know. But and that's why I don't think I think we can quick fix this team. Because as much as James disagrees with me, I love that I can actually get words in because he's not on it right now.
Is he off the line?
Yeah,
I think he is. So our defense is solid. Would I like better linebackers? Sure. But Devin Kennard's playing well this year. B.J. Goodson was playing well when he was playing, but obviously he's injury prone, so we might need to get a middle linebacker. And John Casillas, he's all right when he's in there, whatever. We need to grab another outside linebacker. But that's not a big deal anyway because the nickel and dime, we're playing most of the secondary guys anyway. Nat Burr was getting tons of playing time this last game. And our defensive line is fine. Like, everybody's young on this team. That's why I don't believe in this blowing up the team stuff. You other than Brandon Marshall, Eli Manning, John Jerry, and I think there's like maybe two other guys. There's no and Zach Diassi and another guy. They're like no one. Everybody else is like in their mid-20s, mid to late 20s. They're fine. And honestly, if we get a left tackle, now that's easier said than done. I understand that. We get a left tackle. You move Flowers to right. And, we might have to pay Pugh. I'm not going to lie. They're going to pay one of them. They're probably going to pay Pugh.
I think,
but I don't think we should pay Richburg.
What I'll say, and this will have to be my signing off for the evening, but I think that they bring Pugh back because he's proven himself to be versatile, and with the uncertainty around the rest of the line and what you're going to be able to bring in from anywhere next offseason, I think Pugh is a real asset because you can move him wherever you need to. If you need him to play guard, he can play guard. If you have the opportunity to get someone that can play guard and you need him to play right tackle, you can do that too. So, it's because of his versatility that I think you see him stay and they build, whatever they need to build around him, and his versatility.
What do you guys think? I got this question. Do you think Pugh's a better right tackle or a better guard? Because I think honestly, from what I've seen him play, I think he's better at right tackle. We run the ball better when he's at right tackle than when he's at guard.
I agree.
Because you need to add his athleticism in the tackle, and I'd rather have a guy like DJ Fluker at guard.
The only reason that they haven't put him at right tackle the whole time is because he doesn't look the part.
Yep. He's got the short arms.
They were uncertain about it from the jump because they drafted him as a tackle with short arms. So the whole time they've thought, well, he's a tackle that can play guard. If they would just embrace him as a right tackle, And I say that knowing that they're not going to and that his versatility is what's going to keep him around. But he should be a right tackle.
The guy shut down Von Miller. He shut down Von Miller.
Did you guys see the Joe Flacco hit he took tonight?
I read about it.
Yeah, with his ear.
Oof.
Yeah, I'm watching the game while I'm talking to you guys.
Eesh, that was a Kiko Alonso.
It looked like he got wrestler ear in one hit.
Got destroyed. Poor guys. Holy shit.
But I'm going to tell you right now, the offensive line can get fixed. Minnesota did it. Minnesota turned their offensive line around, and they were one of the shittiest offensive lines last year.
Yeah.
We got to get lucky with a draft.
I love
pick.
the positivity, Tim.
I'm telling you, man. We fixed the offensive line. The defense is on the field less. We actually get a running game, which allows Eli to actually pass better. And if Odell stays healthy come next year, with Odell and Ingram and Sterling Shepard, Brandon Marshall, you're not going to be here, so I'm not even going to say your name. But that's a solid offense.
It's so hard to predict.
And with Saquon Barkley, we're going to be disgusting.
All right, guys. I'm getting the back
Finish
signal.
the job?
I gotta sign off.
All right, man.
Signing off.
Demi's
All right.
whispering in your ear.
Again?
Yep.
Round 2?
Yeah. My apologies for degrading the podcast.
Are you sorry? Or are you not sorry?
I wouldn't be sorry.
I mean, a little bit of both.
I'll just slip it in.
All right, fellas. Have a good night.
Later. So, you know what? I just want to put my prediction out there, Marco. Giants are not going to lose this week.
I am going to, I want to agree with you. But somehow I think they're going to lose this week.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, a trade is going to happen. And I think the deadline is Tuesday.
You think DRC to Tampa Bay?
I see DRC getting traded. I don't see what's the sense of keeping him. He's not going to be on the team next year anyway.
Yeah.
And honestly, Ross Cockrell played just as well as he has.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to be on the team next year. And you know what? I hope Eli Apple's got to stop his shit talking. Stop waving the damn finger after every damn play you make, even when it's not even that good a play.
Clear drop. He wasn't even involved. He was. I saw that play.
Yeah, the play that Jimmy Graham dropped it because it hit him in the gut, and Eli Apple fell. And I give Eli Apple credit. He still kept putting his hand in there, but you fell. You're lucky.
Right.
It was pure luck. But this is. I'm just curious, Marco. Where do you stand? Are you a blow up the team guy, or are you? We can fix this.
I think I'm somewhere in the middle. I think it can be fixed. But I think to do that, a bunch of big names would have to fall.
Really?
Mainly. There's no point in. I don't think it's a 1-year turnaround. So.
See, that's where I beg to differ. Because how does this team? And we've all been watching football for years, and I'm not saying we were. The one thing I agreed with the Jerry Reese press conference, the one thing he said, and I totally agreed with it, was I think these players read the hype. Everybody thought they were Super Bowl contenders and didn't think they weren't hungry like they were the year before. They started playing hungry. The defense started playing hungry again these past 2 games.
Yeah, but at 0-3, you don't start to think like maybe we need to pick this up. At 0-4, you're like, maybe.
Well, I think, and honestly, I blame that, and that's what I blame on Ben as well. Is if you knew the team was, starting to feel themselves a little too much, you should have done something. You know what? You should have benched like a DRC way before that, or benched somebody. But I don't think Ben's good at evaluating talent, and I definitely can tell this coaching staff is not good at making players better. At least I haven't seen it, and I'm not saying it's all on the coaches, but you're supposed to put guys in the best spot to make them successful. And they don't do that. And he doesn't do that at all. And that's my problem with Ben. That's why Ben needs to go. David Shaw, come to the Giants. And Nick DeSorio or Eric DaCosta, any other little Italian GMs, come on over to the Giants. We're going to have an opening soon.
I think the team has talent. I don't necessarily think they mesh well. But it's so hard to predict because we don't know who is going to be making the decisions, the picks, the coaching future. On the private chat that we have, we should probably just open it up and just do everything on Twitter. It'll probably be better for all of us. But I said
First of all, you just let us know before that happens. Before stuff gets put out there. But that would – is there any way to, like, completely stream that where it's, like, a constant feed that people can go to?
I don't know. Maybe we should just do it on Twitter. Instead of
Or we just our comments just are nonstop?
Yeah, on Twitter.
We get
annoying,
blocked.
But...
Yeah, it would be annoying as crap. We get blocked left and right by people. Because we would always bring other people's names in the conversation. That's the problem. All of a sudden we'd be tweeting at Odell and how he shouldn't be wearing the Giants colors. But he fires me up. Odell can't wear the Giants colors, but Josh Gordon, he's fine.
James is such a maniac. Right. So
touchdown
back on
celebrations
topic.
Are bullshit.
So none of his favorite players ever did a touchdown celebration.
Yeah, but if you're doing drugs and shit, I have no problem with that.
Especially if it's weed.
Yeah.
Totally.
Oh God. But no, I'm ready. This team's got talent, and I think Eli's got a good year left in him. I just think he's gun shy at this point. He knows the offense is. The offense is.
I don't see it on Eli anymore.
If Eli's done, Eli's done. But you know what? Don't get rid of Eli until you know you got another quarterback. But the thing is, this whole pipe dream of trading Eli is never going to happen.
No, it's not going to happen.
Because he's got a no trade clause. And the thing is, everybody's got to realize, Eli lives in New York. He's not just going to uproot his whole damn family. Oh, I'll go to wherever, especially in the middle of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you can convince him in the off season. Hey, do you want to go to Jacksonville? Do you want to go to wherever? Go to Denver for a year. Possibly. That can possibly happen. But not mid-season. There's no way in hell that's going to happen. And this pipe dream of a first-round pick is definitely not going to happen. Because, I argued with him on Facebook, was Sam Bradford was younger, and he got traded to Minnesota, who thought at the time that Minnesota was literally a player away, and Teddy Bridgewater just went down. So they thought, if we have a good quarterback, we're going to be a playoff team. And they were like, I'll give up a first-round pick for that. And honestly, Bradford is younger, and Bradford's good as long as he stays healthy. But the problem is he doesn't stay healthy.
Yeah.
But Eli's got what? He's got maybe a year, 2 years left. No one's traded in a first-round pick for that. A first-round pick is guaranteed 5 years on your team, as long as you draft well.
Yeah, no,
you got to get at least that for a first round.
I don't think anything would happen with Eli. I don't think they would trade him because I think his trade value would probably be like a third-round pick, second-round pick. But
honestly,
I don't necessarily know if he would be on the team next year because I would say it's more like 75-25 that Reese is gone. And after that, the chips are going to fall. It's going to be McAdoo's going to go because the new GM is going to bring in his guy. And I'm pretty sure he wouldn't want him to start over with Eli. So that brings us right back to the question, what do we have with Davis Webb?
Well, this still is a transition. Every coach in this league wants a quarterback, at least. You know what? I'll get rid of Eli when I know Davis Webb is solid. Whoever comes in. Or before I know, let's say we draft Josh Rosen or something like that. I want to know this guy is good to go before I'm getting rid of Eli. And that's the way it's going to be. Well, Eli's never going to get cut. He would have to be completely terrible to get cut. And like I said, as far as trade, the only way that trades happen is if something goes down in the off season to where so a lot of people get take a sit down, just like Elway's sitting down or some or whoever. But I don't know who. If you're a quarterback away, are you really going Eli right now?
So Eli goes in. New GM will play the game. New GM comes in. Eli, you're gonna take a cut. You're gonna take the pay cut, or you want to be traded? Because it's gonna be like legitimate. We're looking towards the future. This is not a win now. This is now we're rebuilding.
Yeah. Well, if that's the case, then that's exactly what you do. You go, do you want to take a cut? If you're not going to take a cut, then I'm going to cut you. I don't see Eli getting tons of money if he goes out on free agency. Not now. I mean, he's too far into his career. I wouldn't even be surprised if the guy retired if they even thought about doing that. They probably would go to him. Hey, we're probably gonna we cut you. Do you want to retire before we do that? Because Giants are always going to treat Eli well. Period. Giants treat all their players well. They aren't dirty with your players. But for the most part, Giants have always put a value on their players. And you're like, if you exceed that value, you're gone. They made the right call with Jonathan Hankins. They usually make the right call. I mean, how many Giants that left that we thought we should have?
Yeah, no, not that many.
That that got signed by somebody else that were like, oh shit, we should have signed them. The only guy I can think of is LaBelle Joseph. And he still got overpaid, but LaBelle Joseph is the only one that I've seen, go beyond where he's still like a Pro Bowler. But yeah, as far as all these people with the caps falling out of place, relax. This guy's not falling. The cap is fine. They're like $4 million under the cap now.
Yeah, and then next year they're going to raise the cap again.
They're going to raise the cap. You're going to grab Brandon Marshall's not going to be on this team next year. Period. He's probably going to retire in the offseason anyway. So that's money right there.
I think he's going to stay. I think he's going to stay. He's going to want to play another year, and it depends on the year.
He'll get cut. He'll get cut.
I don't think he wants to go out like he. If he was to end his career, I don't think he would want to go out like that.
I don't think he cares at this point.
Even though it move totally backfired, I think it still was the right gamble to make.
Well, we all loved it. We all loved that move, and we didn't. That's not a usual Giants move. They don't usually sign older players. If you've seen over the past few years, if you're not within the range of 27 to 29, Giants do not sign you.
Unless you're John Jerry and get the extension.
Well, John Jerry, I think, was a mistake. But from what I read,
and Marshall Newhouse is balling in Oakland, which is pretty funny.
Yep. But the thing is with John Jerry, well, one, they like John Jerry, and he's always he never got paid a lot anyway in his first couple contracts with us. He got veteran minimum almost both times. And this time, they can pretty much get out of the contract after this year, from what I saw. Like, they all guaranteed money's in the first year. And he's got a 3-year deal.
2-minute warning.
He'll be gone. I'm not worried about John Jerry.
No, I'm not worried about it.
I want to see Flowers. I want to see Flowers either become the right tackle or become a guard. Put some monsters in there so we can actually run the damn ball. But we do need a left tackle. Left tackle, and honestly, you can keep Brett Jones at center. Fuck Weston Richburg. I'm over him.
He had that one good year, man. 1.5 good years.
Well, one good year, but he's another one that's injury prone, and that's the one thing that I can't stand. That's one thing with like Orleans Darkwa. I'll be good for a game, and then I'm hurt by the next game. B.J. Goodson, that's what he's starting to become like, and then he's starting to show that crap. And if you can't depend on the guy being on there, and that's one thing with Eli. No matter what, for the past 13 years, we knew Eli would be on that field. And that's one thing that Eli doesn't get enough credit for, is Eli is always counted on. He's always there.
Yeah. Let's end on that note.
And I just want to put it out there to all the people that want to talk shit about Eli. He's going to have a better year than Aaron Rodgers did this year.
That is true.
He's going to have a better year than Ryan Tannehill. He's going to all those quarterbacks that got hurt, all those kind of quarterbacks that got hurt. Guess what? He's going to have a better year than them.
And he's actually getting hit more than them as well.
Oh, he's getting hit a whole lot. I know Eli was never gun shy until this year. Until this year, maybe a little bit of last year, I've never seen Eli so gun shy.
So I got to figure out what the hell I want to do with this episode. Maybe I'll just re-upload it on YouTube because it kept on going to prior episodes. So some of the good parts are actually cut out. I don't know. Pain in the ass.
You know what? People are giving us credit for even still doing videos. I saw that comment either today or yesterday. They're like, I give you guys credit for still doing videos even though we blow.
Even though we suck.
So, okay. We got this though, man. Honestly, it's a lost year. It is what it is. We've been through these years. But I want a better transition from quarterback than we had when David Brown became the quarterback, or Kent Graham and all those guys.
Yeah.
You know what? I think it's worth it if, let's say, we get a top 5 pick or whatever. We get a top 10 pick, and we take a quarterback. I don't give a shit if, both Davis Webb and this other guy are ready to play. Great. So we got 2 quarterbacks. We could trade one if we really have to. I'd rather have one than have none.
Like Cousins and RG3?
Yep. I'd rather go through that crap than go through. Well, I don't want them drafted in the same damn draft. Quarterbacks. That makes no sense. But you know what? I don't care if Davis Webb is going against this top 5 pick. Let's just say like a Josh Rosen, and they have a quarterback competition, and we do whatever with Eli. I'm fine with that. It's just the way I look at it. It's just like you're having an offensive lineman that doesn't play, or a Bismillotti that we drafted, or honestly David Webb this year. What's the difference? We're just just sitting on the player. There's not a whole lot of starting spots that are open. Other than offensive, this is what I argued with James. I go, other than offensive line, and I go, you can probably upgrade the linebackers. What other positions are you really, bitching about? Could we have upgraded a running back? Sure, but you can do that any year, and then in free agency and crap. They just didn't. They believed in the players. But we could have had AP or something like that this year if we really wanted him.
Yeah, but he's
not doing nothing. He's not doing nothing special.
Once again, it goes back to who's evaluating it.
You know what? I believe in what Jerry sees, but I don't like the way Ben uses them after effect. I think Ben's loyal. I think almost Ben thinks on paper, this is who I have pictured in my head. I don't give a shit what they're showing on the field. That's who I have pictured in my head. And that's the problem. You know what Myron used to say, how Parcells used to be, I'll cut a guy just to wake up this team. That's the kind of crap that Ben needs to start doing. Just like, okay, you're not going to play, you're cut. It'll wake up to this damn team. But it's going to be another year, man. It's going to be one of those years. It's just disappointing because we all thought, this was going to be a great year.
Thought this was it. Thought this was the year. All right, everyone.
But the thing is, it never is. It's never. We're never. What year do you remember that we're like we were favorites and actually did something with it?
I don't.
We need to be underdogs. It's the only way we win.
All right, Tim. Let's say our goodbyes.
All right.
We'll talk to everyone live next week.
Give us, comment on the videos, write to us, all that crap. We love hearing it. Honestly, you guys make me laugh. And if you say stuff to piss me off, I will come back at you.
That's true. All right, everyone. Please tell your friends. Let's grow this channel out. Let them know to subscribe. We'll talk to you later on in the week. We'll probably get a few videos out along that time anyway. And, all right.
All right.
Peace out, everyone. Thanks a lot, man.
Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to the Bleed Big Blue podcast, dedicated coverage of the New York Football Giants by your hosts, Marco, Trifecta, T. Merritt, and JBW.
What is up, Tim? Are you on the line still?
Yes, I'm on the line.